Well, good morning. This place is my country. I am the president, and that's my constitution. What a timely quote that is. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about Seinfeld. Just been watching The Revenge, and I must say this is probably my favorite episode so far of the show that we've watched. I love The Revenge. I think it's brilliant. It is Seinfeld's dark humor at its very best. It's Kramer's physical comedy at its best. And I think the characters are very much developed now, and you are looking at a very narcissistic and hateful group of people. I love, like I said in the previous episodes, I love George. I love a George episode, and this is George at his most pathetic, awkward, and angry. A fantastic, fantastic episode. It is a little bit weird though, because a lot of the episode you're laughing at George and Elaine trying to give someone a roofie, which is not cool. Don't give people roofies. That's just not a very nice thing to do. But it is kind of funny in this context. I think for me, I'll talk a bit about George in a moment, but certainly the funniest for me is Kramer putting the concrete into the washing machine. Michael Richards is a master of the physical comedy genre, and I think this to me is his first kind of real chuckles at him kind of making a fool out of himself. There's a little bit in the last episode, but this one's certainly just hilarious. Him in the laundromat there, putting concrete into the washing machine. I think also I was going to say first appearance of Newman. Well, not appearance of Newman, hearing about Newman. So Newman, of course, being one of the great characters of Seinfeld. Not Newman's voice. I think that's Larry David's voice on the roof at the end. Could be wrong. Someone find out and correct me. But it's great to sort of have him appear because it's nice to have Jerry to have a nemesis. Because throughout the series, Kramer always has a series of different ones. George, Elaine, Jerry doesn't really have one apart from Newman. So now we've got a bit of tension, and if you know, storytelling is all about tension between two people, so stories will be better. I want to talk about George. I think this is George. You finally find out what George kind of does for a living, but I think from this point on, George's career seemed to take a little bit of ups and downs into various different paths, and you see this is the first time he expresses a desire to be a general manager of a baseball club, which he later does, or at least I think he's his assistant. I can't remember his exact role. We'll find out later, but it is a very awkward moment just to start the episode like that with such aggression, to resign from a job and then try and get back, which I've never done. I don't know if anyone else has ever unresigned from a job. But certainly that was it's a very funny thing the way George comes in. He has shades of that later on when he's doing his little Snickers, what's it, the jerk store called moments later on in the episodes. So again, I love George. I love George's awkwardness, and this is the first, to me, real one where George mixes aggression with awkwardness. So yeah, I'm going to give this a really high score. I would say, oh God, I'm really tempted to give it a 5 muffin top, but I think I'm going to go with a 4.5. I think it's still a bit early to drop a 5. Otherwise, I'll send the benchmark too high. But I'm going to give it a 4.5 muffin tops out of 5 score. I love The Revenge. It's got all the classic trademarks of Seinfeld. Just the black humor, which I love, and more George. Please, more George in the episodes. So, great episode to start the day, or what has been a very hectic last 24 hours, even last night, waking up to some really weird news coming out of the States. Tomorrow we're going to watch The Heart Attack, which could happen if things keep going a bit weirdly. But hopefully that will be up to the same standard as A Revenge. I don't think I've actually seen The Heart Attack before. I think Drew on a previous video mentioned it's always great to see an episode you haven't seen. I think this is one of the ones I haven't seen. So looking forward to tomorrow. So yeah, I'll join you tomorrow, 8 o'clock, and we'll talk about more Seinfeld. Keep Seinfelding. Catch you around. Bye.